Wargaming and World of Tanks are reaching new frontiers with several platforms, several versions. But first we're going to focus on the PC 9.0 version, and that's why we're talking here with you, Romain. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, David. Thank you. It's a big pleasure to talk to you today.
So there are a lot of new features you're introducing with the 9.0 New Frontiers update. Which is the main one?
So basically 9.0 is a patch that, as you just mentioned, is bringing a lot of updates. It's also a patch that is starting a series of updates that we have planned for this year. When it comes to me, I think that one of the main features in the next patch are obviously the historical battles. It's one of the features that our players have been asking us a lot. This feature will be bringing the tanks in their original settings as they have existed during the Second World War. So, for instance, the number of armor-piercing shells will be reduced because those were very expensive at those times. And I'm personally really looking forward to play this mode because I like playing with those beasts in their original configuration.
What about the changes technology you told me about before?
So 9.0 will receive 10 high-definition models of our most popular tanks. For instance, the Mouse or the T-54 are getting totally revamped. Their number of polygons will be tripled and even is going beyond. But besides that, all the other tanks that are present in the game will be revamped and will look all nice comparing to the high new models. Also, in our further plans, we'll be changing the number of polygons for all other tanks.
Do you think these graphical changes you're making now, you're adding now, is also changing the minimum requirements for PC?
So we are focusing a lot of on making sure that our low NPC users and high NPC users receive a game of good performance so that they can still enjoy it. Of course, the required settings will be slightly impacted by the change, but they shouldn't decrease players' experience. Basically, players with a high-end configuration will be able to fully enjoy their settings, and players who have low NPCs will just be able to turn some of the settings off. This is how it's planned.
What about the destructible environments? That's one of the features you're introducing now. I think that's for every single player. And how does it affect the gameplay?
Definitely, we are working on this World of Destruction is coming to World of Tanks. One of the elements that will be destructible in 9.0, as we mentioned, are the flying off turrets when your armor rack is getting destroyed. We also have plans to change the way the buildings are currently being destructed in World of Tanks, and to apply these effects to more buildings in the game, so that the players can play more with the surrounding elements. However, the building destruction is not planned in 9.0. It will come later this year.
How can that affect a real match? I mean, how can you take advantage of that distraction? Maybe if you're hiding behind a building, and then how does it works actually?
Yes, first of all, players will not be able to use certain elements of the decoration as a cover anymore, because they will be destructible. So other players will be able to shoot through them. The other important aspect is the immersion. We believe that having all these elements being blown off by the explosion waves and flying around you is more immersive for the players, and players will enjoy the game more.
Okay. And then talking about the gameplay, you also are having new game modes with this update and then later, right?
Yeah, so the historical battles are coming in 9.0. We're also working on new content for the clan players. We haven't defined the final name for the patch yet, but we're working. Basically, the concept is bringing clan players with setting up a new goal for clan players with the possibility of collecting resources and using those resources to build different structures that the clan will need to protect or to attack to dominate the world.
That's clans of players, so that kind of relates to eSports aspect of the game. How are you treating that specific aspect of the game?
Obviously, this is a game mode that will bring competition. However, esports is a kind of additional branch of our game that we are currently developing. There are two main directions. One is for the pro players, as you probably saw during the grand finals in Poland, and one is for the players who want to have some competition while still staying at home. So for those players who will be playing with their friends, we are bringing ladders and leagues and online tournaments. For the players who are playing on a professional level, we are bringing more features too.
And finals were in Poland last week. Are you planning any kind of similar events for maybe Paris, as we are right now, or Madrid, or other European cities?
What I know for sure is that the plans for the esports direction remain great, and obviously we want to be present where the players are waiting for us, and Poland was one of chosen for that reason, as you could see. For the moment, I'm not able to tell you for the next location. I don't know.
Lastly, you mentioned the immersion with the destructible environments. What about the immersion with virtual reality? You know, it's a trend right now. Everybody's talking about the different devices, and there were recent news that you might consider virtual reality for World of Tanks in the future if it's something like a mainstream thing. How could you imagine World of Tanks virtual reality? Because it's a third-person and first-person game. How could we imagine that kind of gameplay?
If you ask on my personal opinion, I think that the whole concept could be really great if you, and you're probably talking about Oculus Rift or some other companies who are currently developing all these, I'm not even sure, 3D headsets and kind of 3D glasses. Now, for instance, if we take the most famous of them, which is Oculus Rift, I know that recently it has been purchased by Facebook, and they are still working on the further plans for this device. So first of all, let's see on what is how it is evolving and what is happening with it to do any plans for World of Tanks related to it.
Would you keep the first person?
Actually, this is not a call that I am able to make today.
Okay, anything you want to add on the 9.0 patch?
Actually, this is a patch that was released on the Russian cluster today and is coming live on Wednesday. I'm personally really looking forward to play it, especially because of all these new graphical changes and the AG tanks that we are bringing to it.
Okay, looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Romain.
Welcome.